Don Bosco, brand new Don Bosco website for the crew team. All right. So very quickly, we'll go over a couple things here. You've got a banner up top with some important information that appears only on this first page, the home page. First thing, when we go to the home page, before we even start, let's start with the goals of the website. The website has the following goals. One, it's to be a reference, to provide current information about the crew season and upcoming crew events. Second is to allow you to transact, allow you to purchase items like ergs or sponsorships, fundraising related items or things like that. And also to register events like if you want to register for the Erg Classic. And the website is not meant to replace any of our existing tools. It's meant to complement them. So Band is the real-time communications tool that we use, and we want to complement Band by providing the website as a quick and easy reference about the current season or about legacy events like the history of Don Bosco Crew. All right. So going back to the home page, the home page is laid out very nicely. On the right side, you're going to see, what's going on, what we've got scheduled for the season, and also, important dates that are coming up. And it's also got, some buttons here. For example, if I wanted to go to the FAQ, if we're going to ask questions, or I wanted to go to one-on-one, I could do them up here. This is really meant for people that are accessing it from a cell phone. Because if you're on the website, you could simply go to the crew, Crew 101 or the FAQ simply by going to the menu system up top. All right. So let's go to the crew calendar. The crew calendar is very nice. It takes us directly to the crew calendar and shows us we have practices on a Saturday and on-water practice on Friday, and you can just follow along and see what's going on. And this is up-to-date information. The next thing under crew calendar would be the race location. So this is kind of nice. If you want to know where are in the spring when we go to the spring regattas, and we spend a lot of time in Philadelphia at the Schuylkill River, if you need a map, you can simply click on that map and it'll show you how to get to the St. Joe's Bathhouse in Philadelphia that's on the Schuylkill River. All right, so we'll go back. And we could also, if we're interested, if we want to find out the weather in Schuylkill, we could just simply click on the weather, and there is the weather report for the Schuylkill River in Philadelphia. All right, so that's certainly something we could do. Next thing is our crew coaches. So if you want to know who's who, Coach Mark is right there, and Coach Dylan, Coach Chris, and Coach Aiden is new for this season. All right. The Band app, there is a Windows version of the Band app as well as a phone version, a mobile phone version, so you could go anywhere there and go directly and check out what's going on Band for, again, the real-time aspects. And then finally there are the open houses, and we attend open houses, and we certainly want to try to encourage prospective Bosco students to join the crew team, or at least know about the crew team. Same thing here. The Join Us is that there are existing students who might be interested. Maybe they couldn't join the fall, but maybe they want to join the winter. They could fill out a contact sheet there. Okay, now on to the Oarsman Club. The Oarsman Club is a volunteer organization. It is the parent booster club for the crew team, and it is primarily to help raise money and to help supplement whatever is not provided by the school but is needed by the crew team. We try to supplement and try to help out, but that requires the fundraising and the involvement of parents. So let's go back to the Oarsman Club. So, obviously fundraising is an important point of what we do, but we also are involved in setting up the team dinner, getting the team awards, and doing team building events. The major fundraising is the Erg Classic, and we'll talk about that later on, but there are other aspects to fundraising. All right. Next thing would be the parent guidelines. This is what we call the what to expect and what is expected of you and your son. So it's a guideline that you could simply read and go through, and again, knowing what to expect. All right. Crew apparel. In the fall, no formal uniforms, but we did buy shirts for the fall, and so that we could wear them during our regatta that we're going to have, our race that we're going to have during the fall. The winter, it's all working out, so Bosco shirts just fine. In the spring, the school will provide a uni. Now, we do provide some custom apparel, and that's available for purchase also through the Oarsman Club. All right. The crew dinner is an end-of-year dinner, usually held in May, and it's basically to just bring everyone together, recognize our seniors that have been with us for 4 years, and also recognize the accomplishments of current crew team members. All right. Your Oarsman Club this year is Pat Nash is our president, along with Suzanne Finnegan, also Bob Puro and Meredith Fines, and that is the bulk of our club for this year. And we are looking for freshman and sophomore parents to join this season. The idea is that we want the seniors next year to be able to focus on helping their sons get into college, and so we want the freshmen and the sophomores to learn under the tutelage of the seniors, of the juniors this year, and Oarsman board, and take over for next year. That's really what we'd like to do, so that we can continue a great tradition. Okay. Volunteering. Every week we ask people to assist in each of the regattas. This is mostly in the spring. That would be someone needs to tow the chuck wagon. We need help once the chuck wagon gets to the site. We need help setting up the grill and the tents, and also, of course, unloading and loading the chuck wagon. Here's a little background on providing food and shelter for our team at each event. All right. And then we use Sign Up Genius as a way to have everyone log in, and we'll list tasks for them to do, and that way we don't have redundancy. We know who's doing what. All right. And we're going to move on to the Erg Classic. So the Erg Classic is an annual event held in January, and it's an indoor competition from many teams. In fact, here's a list of everyone who participated in last year's Don Bosco Classic. Both young men and young women participate at Don Bosco. It's a great event, and part of that event is we sell ergs. So, it's a good opportunity for those who are just joining to get themselves the Concept 2 erg that we use at Don Bosco, and it's a great way to keep in shape and, continue being ready for a crew. If you really want to know, you can sign up. We have our signing up for our January 2024 event. We will be selling tickets here, so this would be the place to go to. All right. If we look at our, if people want to sponsor, we have different levels of sponsorship, and we can see these are the people that contributed last year and sponsored us. All right. There's also the history of the crew. Crew was established in 2003. There's a nice little video. This is the championship ring that was won in 2017, and this just talks about our various national championships and Stotesbury championships. All right. Crew 101, if you're new to crew, here's some, we can look up some rowing terms. The glossary of rowing terms. We can talk about rowing safety, and we can also talking about training and using the erg properly. And finally, FAQ, which is really nice. You know, if you want to know how long the crew season, you click here. It says, oh, we got a fall, winter, and spring season. If you want to know what the ERG Classic is, it talks about that. You even can bring you over to that page. If you want to know what band is, you can find out what band is. So that's basically the overview of the website. I'm going to come back to the home page, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you use it. I hope you look at it a lot. We're going to update it as much as possible to keep it up to date.